So good morning guys, welcome to the channel Roading Fox, where I share videos related to roads, road safety, travel plans, about the vehicles and lot many everything related to driving. So in this video we are going to discuss about 10 bad driving habits of Indian drivers, or 10 bad driving habits that you must avoid, okay, while driving on Indian roads. Okay, so this video is all about that, so let's get started. And one thing I would like to say, if you are new to the channel and if you watch the videos and enjoy it, then please do subscribe to the channel. First bad driving habit that I would like to discuss is about the improper sitting. Okay, so as you can see myself, right? So this is not a proper sitting posture of a driver, okay, whoever is on the driving seat. So your seats, like, don't be so much relaxed whenever you are sitting on the driving seat. So I see many people being so much relaxed on the driving seat. So what happens is, like, whenever you are in this way, and if some emergency situations comes on the road, at that time you want to be able to act quickly. The correct position should be, like, this this back, so it should be straight. Okay, so first of all, and that is also good for your posture also, sitting posture also. And one more thing is, like, and whenever you are putting your hands on this steering, right? So what happens is, like, your elbow, okay, so this is also, like, either your elbow should not be like either like this, okay, that it's completely bent, or it should not be, like, it's completely straight like this. Okay, so this is also not a right posture. So there should be a little bend, okay, so that you can easily rotate this. So if my hand position is going till this part, so at that time it should be like this. Okay, so that I can, if required, I can easily rotate it like this. Okay, so this is about point 1. Okay, and the next point is driving with high beam at all times. So that is very common, and we should always avoid that, at least whenever you are driving in the city. So what happens is, like, if you are driving with your high beam on at all times, or during mostly at the night, so the oncoming vehicle, right, so you will simply blind it. Okay, so if any two-wheelers or those things are coming, you will obstruct their vision. Okay, and that is a major thing for the collision. People from opposite side during the left and right turns, okay, so that high beam directly comes into the eye, and that blinds me also, because I do not use my high beam, and I see most of the people driving with high beam. So that is a major cause of accidents in city at night. So I would suggest everybody, and I will request everybody, not to use high beam while driving at all, okay, at least in the city. So this is the second point. Okay, so the third point is not wearing the seat belt. Okay, and that's a very common mistakes that Indian drivers do. We just try to wear the seat belt just to get rid of those fines from the traffic. So, like, for example, I'm not wearing my seat belt now whenever I'm turning it, okay, or whenever there is a bad patch on the road. So your body will not be stabilized, okay, if you are not wearing your seat belt. Okay, so, like, and one more thing is, like, for now I am not wearing my seat belt because my vehicle is stationary. Okay, so you should always prefer wearing seat belt, and please do not use those coin trick in order to get rid of those beep beep sound. Okay, and one very important thing, whatever vehicle you buy, the seat this airbag, right, it only opens if you have this seat belt on. Okay, so this is the third bad habit. Now let's move to fourth bad habit: operating hazard light in rain or fog. Okay, so this is very common. So initially I also used to do it, but when I was a new driver. But let's not do that. The meaning of hazard light is, like, the vehicle is stationary or he wants to stop it. Okay, it's not like that is not used for signaling. Sometimes whenever I see this kind of lights in rain or fog, it comes to my mind is, like, the vehicle, so there is a breakdown of the vehicle and he's stopping in the lane, and maybe, like, I would like to change my lanes, and in the rain and fog, the visibility is very less. Maybe I may not be able to see in my side mirror. Yeah, so this is about the fourth bad habits of Indian driver. So now let's come to the fifth bad driving habits of Indian driver. Okay, standing out of sunroof. What happens with the if you drive with the sunroof open is it distracts the other drivers. Okay, So if somebody is going through the city driving on the sunroof, so that the person who is sitting on the driving seat, so he gets distracted, okay. And I have seen, like, some of the many kids in the city, so they get out of the sunroof, okay, and then they simply, like, do some activities, and we get distracted out of it. And by the way, this is punishable act, okay, as per this motor vehicle act, okay. So let's not use sunroof in the city unless and until it's really emergency or something like that. So let's try to avoid it. So guys, so far we have covered 5 bad driving habits of Indian drivers, okay. So if you are new to the channel, and if you are liking the video, I'll just request you to subscribe to the channel, okay, and keep watching the video till the end, okay. So now let's go to point number 6, bad driving habits. So that is, like, speeding, over speeding, or rash driving, okay. So this is like not a new thing, and you yourself might have seen multiple times, okay. People are doing over speeding, rash driving, just most of the times they are doing so off. See, one thing I would like to say is, no, everybody knows that the earth rotates around the sun, but do you think you need to prove it again? No, right? So whenever you are buying a vehicle, your vehicle manufacturer himself is saying your top speed is 300. Do you really think you need to check that, and then just to verify whether your car manufacturer is correct or not? Definitely not, okay. So if you have a BMW or if you have a Mercedes, it can go up to 300 or 400 kilometer per hour. But guys, I mean, just understand, like, is these roads built in India are for 300 kilometer per hour speed? Definitely not. So one day will come when we'll drive on 300 kilometers per hour. Our road will be compatible with that, so that we'll drive, okay. So for till that time, please bear with the roads, okay. Whatever, try to follow the speed limits, okay, because most of the accidents are caused due to rash driving and over speeding. Let's discuss about the 7th bad driving habits out of 10, okay. So that is jumping red signals, which is very common, not mostly in the 4-wheeler but mostly in the 2-wheeler. Just to save some time, okay, we just compromise with our safety and jump red signals, so that we'll have to wait for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So let's not do it. Life is more precious than that 2 or 3 minutes, okay. I have seen, like, whenever I was driving in Central Seatbelt and many a place, whenever there is a transition between those signals, right, most of the accidents happen during that time. Just to quickly cross that red signal. The 7th bad driving habits. Now let's go to the 8th bad driving habits, okay, of Indian drivers. So the 8th point is talking on the phone while driving. So this has become like a passion, like, in one hand you will have the phones and the other hand on the steering, and you are just driving. So whenever you are talking on the phone while driving, so that's definitely a distraction, okay, distraction for you, and due to which what you do is, like, you slow the speed of your vehicle, okay. And in that case, what happens is, like, people behind you will keep honking and all those things, and you will get distracted. Neither you will check your side mirrors, okay, and then you will simply drive it. And there are strict government rules against that, but still we are not following that. So let's follow this, and this is the 8th driving habit mistake that Indian drivers do on India while driving on Indian roads. Let's discuss about the 9th bad driving habit, okay. So the 9th bad driving habit is drink and drive. So it's a very common thing, and then I don't have to warn you about this drink and drive thing. So drink and drive is mostly in the city, okay. So this has reduced to a great extent after the Motor Vehicle Amendment Rule 2016. So guys, it's not about how much you drink, whether it's a peg or a bottle, okay. So simply please avoid drink and drive. So once when you are drunk, you can book a cab, okay. So booking a cab will cost you a negligible amount in compared to the accidents which may occur after you do drink and drive. So this was point number 9. So now the last point. So before going to the last point, I would again request you, if you have watched this video till the end, till this point, then please hit like button, okay. And then if you are liking the video, subscribe to the channel. So there are many contents on the channel related to driving and trips, travel plans and all those things. So go visit the playlist, okay. So the 10th point which I would like to discuss here about is the driving on the wrong side. and it's a very common thing. So we Indians, we always think of a shortcut, okay, driving on the wrong opposite side. I have seen this on expressways, and very common in two-wheelers, okay. So that simply causes a distraction, okay, and then and then that becomes a major cause of accidents, okay, because the roads and all those things there are not so wider. Try to take this wrong lane or drive in opposite side. So this was the 10th point. So guys, these are the some 10 driving habits which I thought I would share with my audience. These were some of the shortlisted, some of the bad driving habits that I shortlisted for my audience. So if I have missed something, so feel free to comment your any experience with the bad driving habit that you had in the comment section. Okay, so now this is it for the video. Okay, if you are new to the channel, then subscribe to the channel. Okay, see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye, take care.